Hi guys, today is the 10th of January 2020 at 5 minutes past 11 in the evening over here in the UK. I posted a video earlier today about this woman over here in the iPad Goat 2 video and her hair, how it has the number 2 and the number 3 and also a snake wrapped up in there. That was terrible. But you can see, hopefully, without my terrible drawing on top of it, where that snake is in that section there. Looking a bit closer, you can see that it has that sort of splayed neck. I'm not sure exactly what they call it. They've obviously got a scientific term, but that's indicative of the cobra, obviously, when it's about to attack, whether that's in aggressive or defensive mode. The number 23 I've taken for the interpretation connecting to the lunar calendar, which is the 17th of January. After I made the video, I realized that the letter Q is right next to all of this encoded stuff, and obviously Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet, so that may be again reinforcing the number 17. Q is also something I've talked about in reference to the Queen, and obviously we've had a lot of, Q, anon. I don't really talk about that. I've never talked about that, and I'm not going to now. Just thought I'd reference it because obviously it's something that popped up out of the blue. Who is this person, or who is this organization? And then as quickly as they came, they were gone. But the letter Q stands with the number 17, and obviously the Queen as well. And after I posted the video, I got a lot of comments on my channel, but none of those comments showed up in my YouTube video manager. All I could see was just 2 comments. After a while I was thinking, no one's commenting on the video, it's pretty odd. And I realized that YouTube, for some reason, had automatically held all of the comments on this video in the review section, which I then went into and approved all of them. 17 from other videos I haven't approved, but now I've approved all of those comments. They should be viewable on the channel and on the video, and I just found it strange that that would happen. And I was looking at some of the comments that were posted, and some are very interesting. For example, from Really Me, the woman dressed in purple and scarlet, obviously he's talking about this woman here, and the biblical reference, which is Revelation 17. So again, you have that connection to the number 17. So I'm just going to have a quick look here. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. As I'm reading this, I'm realizing that many of the words from the actual King James version of the Bible is changed on the online version. There's something to be very cautious of. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-coloured beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colour, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou travel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seventh, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords and the King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the kingdom which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Now obviously that entire chapter, the entire chapter of 17, Revelation 17, is dedicated to this woman and the beast that she rides, the woman scarlet and purple. So again, with the lunar 23 being the 17th of January, the Q being the 17th letter of the alphabet, the Revelation 17 referencing the woman and the purple and the scarlet, I think that's extremely important. Obviously we know that they're always trying to manipulate and reference the Bible in some way or another, so I thought I would just read that entire chapter so you guys can really understand that that entire chapter is about the woman. It's not just like, you know, a couple of verses and then it moves on to something else. It's that entire chapter. So the great city, this is obviously the reference that we have later on in terms of Babylon and the destruction in the hour. And the debate that rages on is which country in modern times would be Babylon. And I have two in mind. Obviously the United States will be one, but the United States was born from the British, from the United Kingdom, and obviously the United Kingdom has Brexit. Meghan and Harry just left, and I'm thinking maybe on the 17th of January, in association with the Queen, perhaps she steps aside. I say steps aside, I mean dies, and moves on, and things really, you know, spiral out of control in that sense. Royals leaving, you know, royalty, the Queen dying, Brexit. So there would be a lot in terms of things happening in the UK. And when I think of the hour destruction, the United States is a very big place, whereas the United Kingdom is not so much. An hour would be more easier to achieve with the UK rather than it would be with the United States. So that's just something I wanted to put out there. There is one other series of comments that caught my eye, and it was from Helen McClay and Linda Jordan. They're talking about this show called Cobra, and obviously they're talking about the cobra because of the snake that we've discovered on this woman's hair, looking very much like a cobra. There's a show starting on the 17th of January, so again, another reference to 17, reference to the cobra. And again, bear in mind, all of these comments were, you know, automatically held in review, so I didn't get to see them straight away until I actually thought, where are the comments? It's not usual for there to be no comments, so there we go. I then obviously, you know, went and had a look at that particular TV series. I'm gonna play the trailer. Hopefully playing just a little bit of it won't get me in trouble with copyright. Let me just start that again, and also apologize for the sound. I'm so sorry. I know some of you may have had to pull your headphones out very quickly or turn your volume down very quickly. I'm so sorry about that. I'm just gonna play it again. So this is Cobra, the TV show. It's starting up again on January the 17th, and it's about a crisis. So I think that should be, enough for me to play without getting in trouble with copyright. But you can see there that the crisis is a blackout, power going out, and the trailer goes on to show, how society unravels, and it's a very typical display of how the people think the public will behave in such an event, with petrol running out, food, medicines, everything else going a bit crazy. Now, that's airing in the UK, and again, you've got the queue with the Queen, the number 17, and all that kind of stuff. But I have to bear in mind that they could be airing it here, where something like a Blackout. I've done those translations in connection with the United States, so I'll have a watch on both countries on January the 17th. The emergency may or may not be a blackout, but clearly there's some indications to this number 17 potentially for this month, January. It is the last 17 on the Gregorian calendar in the year of the pig, so it's a big watch. You guys, I just wanted to make this video and update you with that. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.